So we'll go ahead and get started. As I said, it's kind of behind me here. That's my mom. But here are the props that we're going to use if you want to use them. You don't have to use them. They'll more so be for the yin. They really do help like get a little bit cozier, or if you need just a little bit of support, they're great. I'm using 2 throw pillows from the couch and a beach towel, so nothing fancy. And we'll get started. So the music is playing. If you can't hear it, I will leave the chat up so that I can see if someone messaged me, but I'm not going to be able to see. I'll have to come up to the screen. So just give me a couple seconds. And let's go ahead and get ready to go. All right. Okay, so as I said, we're going to start in a comfortable seat. So go ahead and find that on your mat. I like to cross the legs. Since you have props, if you have them, you can use the blanket underneath the hips, or you can grab the pillows, whatever feels good to you. And then go ahead and let the eyes fall heavy or closed, and let the hands either rest on the thighs. If you've got legs tucked underneath of you, hands can rest in your lap. Just start to arrive here on your mat this Sunday morning. Letting go of anything that maybe you have to do today on your Sunday. And really just being here for yourself for the next hour. Without any breath control yet, just simply notice the state that your breath is in. Whether that is a little bit fast, you're running around, getting ready for class, or you've already maybe had a morning walk, a little bit of a meditation, and your breath is a little bit fuller and deeper. You just notice where you're at. There's no right or wrong. And then go ahead and exhale out all of the way. And then take your next inhale through your nose. Let the belly fill with air. Take a really big inhale. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. We'll take 2 more like that. Breathe in, expand. And open mouth, exhale. 1 more like this. Breathe in. As you inhale, notice the breath move to the spaces of the body that maybe don't always get a lot of breath. And then every exhale is your opportunity to let go, to surrender, to release what is no longer serving you. Go ahead and feel the lift if you have not already. And we'll start to breathe in and out through the nose. Today, we're going to cultivate this little peace of mind that I talked about in the email yesterday. This idea that peace of mind is something that we're chasing after isn't true. It's this idea that finding peace of mind really just means staying in the present moment. Keep the breath going through the inhales through the nose and the exhales through the nose. We have about 3 more breaths here. And in this time where things seem a little upside down, you get to choose whether you find peace of mind or the chaos. That is the power. So as you're here and as we move through class, you also get to decide if you choose peace of mind or if you let the poses and the body scream louder than they should. 1 more inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. As you take your next inhale, let the arms float out to the side, reach up to the sky, look up as you lift the collarbones, maybe a little bit of a back bend. And then exhale, draw your hands into your heart. And start to bow the head. 2 more like that. Breathe in, open up, expand. Exhale, hands to heart. Last one, breathe in. Expand through the rib cage, look up, and then exhale, draw it inward, look towards the middle fingers, bow the head. Feel free to stay here with hands at the heart center and just start to make some circles with the neck, really just using this as an opportunity to check in. And with the head, roll side to side a couple times, and then start to find your rotations in the other direction. So just for the sake of this equanimity, and sometimes it feels a little bit different. And then meet back in center, chin right parallel with the earth, and we'll meet in tabletop. So roll over the knees, tuck the toes, flip to the tops of the feet, and press your palms into the mat. So here, shoulders should be over elbows, over wrists, knees are under the hips. Press down into the palms, and then inhale, lift the tailbone, let the belly fall as you lift the collarbone, cow pose. Stay for the exhale, what can you soften? So maybe that's heart down a little bit more, bring a little more of a back bend. Stay for the inhale, reach your crown up to the sky as if you're pulling your collarbone. Exhale, starting with the base of the spine, tuck the tail, round through the upper spine, puff up the shoulder blades, cat pose, drop your head. Stay for the inhale, press into the palms, see if you can separate the shoulder blades a little bit more. Stay, exhale, soften your jaw. Moving with breath. Inhale, slowly lift the cow, belly will drop, collarbones lift. Exhale to cat, round it in, press into the palms, but not locking the elbows up. One more, breathe in, cat. Breathe out, cat. Come back to that neutral spine. You're gonna send your right leg straight long behind you. So heel is in line with your hip, pinky toe is dialed down. You can stay here. We're gonna come into modified side plank. So if you'd like to kick out the left foot, keep the right leg high. As you lift the right arm, you can. Otherwise, right foot will stay down on your mat. So if right foot is on your mat, you're pressing heavy into the left hand. So rainbow the ribs up to the sky. Stay here. Whether the arm or leg is down or leg is lifted, take a breath in. Adding the movement, exhale, draw your elbows towards your knee. You can do this with just using the elbow and the foot down. Inhale, extend back. Exhale, elbow to knee. Side oblique crunches. Starting the day off with a good little fun. Inhale to lift. Last one. Exhale, elbow to knee. Crunch it in. Inhale to lift. Right foot steps down. Right hand comes back to the earth. Right knee comes under your hip. Take it out. So moving to the other side. So you can start with the left leg straight back. Heel faces towards the back of the mat. And then you can open up, coming onto the right hand and lifting the left arm, or set the left foot down. So this is totally up to you. You get to decide how much you give it or how much you leave. One breath in, press through the right hand, lift through the left hand, and then exhale, elbows to knees. You keep the left foot down and just crunch the side. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale, crunch it in. One more. Inhale, lift. Last time, bring it in. You've got it. Inhale, come back, extend, and then set your left hand, left knee down, take it out. Start to walk the hands forward, coming into downward facing dog. Press the hips back, and check in here. So I always like to bend one knee and then the other, really just allowing the backs of the legs get a little bit of love, become a little bit more open. But check in that your heels are pressing straight back, and you're pressing so heavy into your palms that you actually come out of the shoulders a little bit. Take 2 more breaths here. Ears are in line with your biceps, so you're keeping that long cervical spine as you lift your tailbone up a little bit higher. One more inhale. Exhale. Take your next inhale, lift your heels, prepare, look forward. And then slowly walk 1 foot at a time to the top of your mat. The feet are gonna stay hip distance apart here as we start to find a deep forward fold. So you have any arm variation you want here. So maybe you take opposite hand to opposite elbow, ragdoll arms, or interlace the fingers at the nape of the neck, cradle the head. And then if you like, you can sway side to side, or maybe bend one knee a little heavier than the other. Just check in. What do you need here? One more breath. Release your hands. Start to walk the feet a little closer together. Big toes will touch about an inch between the heels. As you inhale, find your halfway lift. Shoulders pull away from ears as you lengthen your spine. Exhale, drop your head, fold. 2 more like that. Inhale, lift halfway. I like hands in the shins, maybe thighs, helps you find a little bit more space in the spine. And then exhale, let it go. Last one. Breathe in, lift halfway. Bring the weight a little bit more into your toes as you lengthen. And then exhale, fold. This time, as you inhale, you take your time and rise all the way to stand, stacking one vertebrae, your head, and then your arms are the last thing to lift in the mountain pose. To press into the feet here, maybe you lift up all 10 toes and then spread them wide. Maybe you let the eyes fall heavy or close as you soften the shoulders away from your ears. Breathe in. Exhale, draw your palms together, bring them down into the heart. You can close your eyes here if you haven't already, and just allow yourself to move a little in. And even though you find a little bit of a sway here as your eyes close, finding stillness is still available. One more breath in. Breath out. Keep the palms together, but as you inhale, reach your fingers up towards the sky, and then exhale, trace your gaze up towards the ceiling. As you lift through the collarbones, lift the heart, lean back, a little bit of a back stretch. Legs are strong beneath you. Inhale, back to mountain, release the palms, use your core. Exhale, soften the knees, hinge at the hips, all the way to the earth. Breathe in, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Right away, back up, inhale, mountain pose. We're gonna flow with the breath here, do this, sun salutation. Reach up, exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, slowly find your back bend. It doesn't have to be big. You're lifting more than you're leaning. Inhale to rise, use the core. Exhale, hold, hinge at your hips. We've got one more time to do that. Breathe in, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Last time, inhale, heavy in the feet, light in the heart as you lift all the way up, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, draw your hands in, soften your jaw. Breathe in, reach your fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, start to reach back, look up as if I had a hand behind your heart, I'm supporting you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold, let it go. Breathe in, halfway lift here, so you're making space. Plant your hands, step both feet back, high plank. So not gonna be here long, just enough to start to fire up. So press through the palms, puff up the shoulder blades, send your heels straight back. You're stronger than you think you are. Stay here, one more inhale. Exhale, shift forward, lower the knees if you need. We're gonna lower all the way down to the earth. Untuck your toes. Inhale is mini cobra. So you press the tops of the feet heavy and you're really light in the hands. Back of the head towards the sky as you lengthen the crown forward. One more breath in. Exhale, lower down. Bring the fingertips off of the mat, pinch the fingertips. The elbows should be facing kind of like straight to the side, but in line with the shoulder. Press through the tops of the feet and inhale. This time you may get the lower ribs off of the mat and you can look forward, keeping that long spine. Exhale, drop your right shoulder, gaze to the left. You're not dropping the right shoulder really far unless that feels good. Most of the time, it's just a little dip of the right shoulder towards the front left side of your mat. And then the gaze is to the left, finding that nice sensation on your shoulder head. Inhale to come through center, look forward. And then take it to the other side. Drop your left shoulder, gaze right. The same thing here. Only go in until you feel that sensation right along, almost into the pec, but right there on the front side of that shoulder head. Inhale, center, look forward. Exhale, lower all the way down. Return the palms under the shoulders. Tuck your toes. Inhale is high plank. Use the knees if you need, strong core, and then send it back, downward facing dog. Nice stuff. Feel free to pedal the feet out here. And then as you take your next inhale, lift your right leg high. Doesn't have to be super high. It can be only a couple inches off the ground, as long as all 5 toes are facing towards the earth. Exhale, step it forward between your hands, low left. Go ahead and drop the left knee and untuck your left toe. So if you want to pad your knee, roll your mat in, grab your blanket if you want it. To press down into the feet, drop the hips as you look forward. Hands are going to stay on the mat here. Breathe in, lift your collarbones, let the shoulder blades soften down the spine. Exhale, start to straighten your right leg as you lift your right toes, half split. Stay here. Hips like to move off to the left in this pose to see if you can kind of pull them to the right just enough that your sacrum is going straight back. Yes, it changes it. It makes a little bit more sensation on the back side of that right leg. You can always soften the knee. You're here for one more breath. Flowing with the breath. As you inhale, plant your right foot, drop your hips, look forward. Exhale, half split, press it back. Lift your right toes, straighten your right. Inhale, forward. 2 more times. Hips drop. Exhale, half split. Last one. Breathe in and lift. Exhale, soften, send it back. Plant your right foot back forward. Tuck your left toes under and lift your left knee. You're going to drop your left heel to the center of the mat so you have a warrior 2 foot in the back, and then inhale, rise up to warrior 2. Right knee is over right ankle. So check in that your left foot is parallel to the short side of the mat, and then reach your arms in opposition. Shoulders are right over hips here. You're not reaching forward and not leaning back. You're right in the center, strong core. Stay for the breath in. Stay for the breath out. Inhale, straighten your front leg, lift your arms up towards the sky. Maybe you look up. Exhale, warrior 2, come back into it. 2 more. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, warrior 2. Last one. Inhale, straighten your front leg by powering through the big toe mound. Exhale, warrior 2. Stay committed to the lunge, flip the front palm. Inhale to reverse warrior, lift your right arm. Look to no weight in this left hand here. Side body stretch, breathe in. Exhale, extended side angle, reach your right arm forward, and then either bring your right elbow to the top of your right thigh or right hand to the inside of your right foot. Left arm high. So kind of like we did in that modified side plank here, you're reaching up to the sky and you're pressing heavy into the feet. 1 more inhale, sit. Exhale, plant your hand to frame your right foot, lift your left heel, step back, high plank. So you can flow through chaturanga if you want today, a little bit of that extra push-up. Just shift the weight forward and then lower no more than halfway. Knees can be down, but elbows bend no more than 90. Inhale, lift up through upward facing dog, crown to the sky. You draw the shoulder blades together as you lift the heart. And then exhale, tuck the toes, send your hips back, downward facing dog. Those are always optional, as I love to say. I will end up only doing 1 or 2 more for the sake of saving energy, so it's up to you. If you need them, take them. If you don't, don't. Take a breath in, lift your left hip. Exhale, step it through. Drop your right knee, untuck your right foot. Pad your knee if you need, and then inhale, drop your hips, look forward. Hands can stay on the mat. If you need fists, feel free to make those, or if you have blocks, you can always do that too. Hips are going straight down and forward. 1 more breath in. Exhale, start to straighten your left leg as you come into your half split. Hips move to the right a little bit more than likely. Pull them to the left just a couple inches. It's not a ton, but notice if the left foot is trying to fold to the left. See if you can bring the toes back up to the sky. You can soften your knee. Trust me, we're all feeling this probably about the same. You can fold a little bit heavier, drop your head. You've got about 2 more breaths here. No matter how much I stretch the back of my leg, this always feels like a lot. 1 more inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, you walk the hands forward, plant your left foot, drop your hips, look forward. Exhale, send it back, half split. We're going to move with the breath. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, send it back. Last one. Inhale, move forward, drop the hips, drop the shoulders. Exhale, hips move back, straight back. Come forward, plant the foot, plant your palm, tuck your right toes, lift your right knee. Drop your right heel towards the center of the mat, so find your foundation, and then inhale, rise up, open up, warrior. So check in. You can adjust your stance, maybe go a little bit longer, but the left knee is over the left ankle. Draw the shoulder blades in opposition, and it's as if you're pressing down, feeling that energy through the palm. You're here, stay and hold, one more breath. What's going on with your right foot? Pinky toe should be pretty heavy as you fire up through that outer thigh. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the front leg, straighten the arms, look up, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Look forward. Inhale, straighten and lift. Exhale, warrior two. Last one, breathe in, lift up, make space. Exhale, warrior two. Flip your front palm. Inhale, reverse warrior, tilt back. Gaze is either to the side or up, whichever feels best. Side body stretch here. One more breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach forward, forward, forward. Left elbow either the top of left thigh, or hand can come all the way to the earth. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. And here in this pose, you're actually working your left hip underneath you, your left ribs underneath you, so that you can spiral open that top hip. One more inhale. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot back, high plank. Flow through chaturanga if you want it. I like to just hold plank. Either way, you're here for a whole inhale or an upward facing dog. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. So we're gonna flow through that one time on each side. And then we'll start to slow down. Take a breath in, lift your right leg. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Drop the left knee, untuck your toes, drop the hips, breathe in. Exhale, send your hips back, lift your right toes, straighten your legs. Inhale forward, plant your right foot, plant your palms, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. Drop your left heel, and then inhale, warrior two, rise up, heavy in the feet. Inhale, straighten your front leg, lift your arms. Exhale, warrior two. Two more times. Breathe in, straighten the front leg, lift up, look up. Exhale, warrior two. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior, committed to your lunge, heavy in the feet, lift up through your heart. Exhale, extended side angle, reach forward, 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 and then look up. Breathe in. Exhale, plant the palm. Step the right foot back, high plank. Lower through chaturanga if you want it. Knees are there if you need. If you go through upward facing dog, crown is to the sky. Exhale back, downward facing dog. To the other side, inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step it through, low leg. Drop your right knee, untuck your toes. Breathe in, hips drop heavy, look forward, lift your heart. Exhale, straighten your left leg, lift your toes, hold. Inhale, come back forward. Plant your palms, tuck your right toes, lift your leg, and then drop your right heel towards the center of the mat. Inhale, lift up, warrior two. Stay, exhale. Inhale, straighten the front leg, lift up, look. Exhale, bend back into your knees. Two more times. Take your time, go with your breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior two. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach forward, left elbow to the top of the thigh or hand to the earth. And put right arm reaches to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, plant the hand. Step your left foot back, high plank. Flow through the chaturanga if you want. Probably the last one of class, so if you want it, take it. Everyone meets back in downward facing dog on the exhale. Go ahead and pedal out the feet. Take it out, whatever it is you need. You've got about 3 more breaths here. Take a sip of water or a little bit of rest if you need it. Last breath in. Exhale, start to roll forward, coming into high plank. Stack the shoulders over the wrist. Take an inhale. We're going to lower all the way down to the mat. Go as slow as you can. You can use the knees. We land in one long line of energy. Untuck your toes there. And then bring your hands down by your side. So palms are going to face towards the earth. So that flips the hands. So pinkies are now towards the hips. Thumbs are out. Press to the tops of the feet. You can stay here with the arms. We're going to move into locust pose or interlace the fingers at your low spot. Either way, exhale out all of your air. And then inhale, fingertips and fists move towards the back of the mat as you lift your chest off the earth. Gaze is somewhere towards the top of the mat. So again, not like you're cranking your neck forward, but keeping your chin really tucked. Notice if you can find a little bit more space in the spine. You have the option to start to lift the heels off the earth, coming on to the thighs. You're here for 2 more breaths. It's a pretty big back bend, pretty intense. The more you lift up and come onto the belly. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Let the shoulders round. Let your hands come by your side. And whichever ear you want to meet the earth, gaze that direction. You can always bend the knees. Let the heels fall side to side. And we haven't got much time. Taking a couple moments here. And then let your legs extend long. We're going to take locust pose, second set. So it'll be our last one. You can either have hands down by the sides, palms to the earth. Or if you're interlacing the fingers, this time try the other thumb on top. Once you switch them a couple times, you'll realize which one's the funky one. Exhale out all of the air. And then inhale, lift up, and the fist back, and your fingertips back. Lift the legs off the earth, only if you want. They can always stay down for support. Keep pressing through the feet, through the hands. Find your gaze to lengthen your spine. Here for 2 more breaths. It's a really nice strong backside body. This is great to do to help kind of negate a lot of that sitting at our chair, rounding the upper spine. 1 more inhale. Exhale, lower down. Put the other ear to the mat. Let the arms fall heavy. Feel free to bend the knees again and go side to side. And if you choose that, just let gravity do the work. Haven't got much time. And then let your legs fall long. Bring your palms back underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Inhale will be high plank. Use the knees if you need. And then send it back. Downward facing dog. Nice job. Then slowly lower the knees down. Once you get there, tuck your toes back underneath. And you'll start to send the hips back towards your heels. We're going to come into toe squat, which is, I feel like, the yin of all yin poses. So the fullest expression of the pose is fully sitting on your heels. All 10 toes are tucked underneath you. You can always have your hands forward. If you need a little bit of a prop, you can always take your blanket and roll it up and sit more on the blanket rather than the heel. Just make sure that all 10 toes are tucked underneath there, and maybe rest the hands on your side as you close your eyes. So this can feel like a lot of sensation in a space that we tend to not pay any mind to. So know that you can always come out of it a little bit by walking the hands forward. But the pose starts to begin the moment that you want to leave it. Yin yoga is not so much about finding these juicy, easy poses. It's more about finding the edge of the sensation, the edge of our comfortability with the pose, and learning to sit there. You're here for just a few more breaths. Stay with it. And when the pose starts to scream a little too loudly, you focus solely on your breath. Meaning you only focus on the inhale and then the exhale. here for just a little bit longer. You're doing great. The release is worth it. Last 2 breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly walk your hands forward onto your mat. Take your time lifting your hips up off your heels and then letting the toes round, facing the toes back, and then tapping the tops of the feet into the mat. That's got to be the best release of any yoga pose, I think. Great job. We're going to start to find puppy pose. So here, hips will stay over the knees, and you'll start to walk the hands forward, letting the chest melt down towards the earth. So here, you can always place your pillow underneath your chest if you need a little bit of support. Your forehead will rest on the mat. Some folks like chin, but since we're going to be holding this one for a while, it might feel best to have the forehead down. So this is a big heart opener here. See if you can soften through the shoulders so you're not really reaching forward. Every exhale is your opportunity to let go. Keep breathing. Notice the longer that you stay here, maybe the more you surrender into the earth. Check back in. What can you soften? Last 3 breaths here. Your last inhale and stay. Exhale, let it all go here. No rush to move out of the toes. Slowly walk your palms back so that they're relatively close to the shoulders. Take your time. Press yourself back up to tabletop. Send your hips towards your heels as you come into child's pose. A little bit of a transition. We won't be here long. The breath in. Let it go. Slowly rise back up to tabletop. So step your right foot forward outside of your right hand for runner's lunge. So in runner's lunge, right hand either over the ankle, or maybe the ankle a little bit more forward. If you need, you can always bring a pillow underneath that thigh so when you drop into the hips, you have a little bit of support. The palms can stay on the mat underneath the shoulders. You can let the forearms come down to the earth. You can always grab your second pillow and use that underneath your forearms. This might feel the best. It'll help the elbows. You'll be allowed to relax a little bit more. But this will probably be the loudest screaming pose besides toe pose. It's a big hip opener, which is where we hold a lot of stress from sitting. Let your head hang heavy. So drop the crown of the head towards the earth. Let your shoulders relax. Breathe here. It's not about finding the fullest edge or really pushing yourself into a place that's almost painful. But it's this idea that you find the edge and you're not kind of copping out and sitting in a space that feels comfortable, but you're allowing yourself to fall a little bit deeper letting the muscles release, putting the stress on that deep connective tissue. Keep breathing. As you're here, notice if tension arises.
One night to be confused.
Let your breath release anything that is no longer serving you. Stay here a few more moments.
We had divine sin to know what to say. Mind is a razor blade.
What can you release? Last 3 breaths here.
One night of magic rush, the start a simple time.
One last inhale. Stay, let it all go.
10 days of perfect tunes.
Good job. Slowly take your time. Again, no rush. Coming back up onto the palms. Here you can straighten the right leg just a little bit as you send your hips back. Notice that squeeze in the left hip. And then come back forward. We're going to move into pigeon from here. If you've got a pillow in the way, go ahead and just move it. Start to walk your right foot across the mat towards your left wrist. You'll drop your right knee down, and then your left heel is going to start to move towards your left hip so that your shin is about probably 45 degrees. Mine has never gotten to 90, but yours might. Your knee is a little bit outside of your hip here, so right knee is more towards the right edge of your mat. Left foot is straight back, top of the foot down. I have a pillow under my left thigh here for a little bit of support as the hips drop heavier. You might find you want that pillow underneath the right hip instead. But start to walk your hands forward, coming down into sweep your pigeon. If you need some support here, pillow underneath the chest as you reach your arms forward and let your forehead either connect to the mat or the earth. Let your shoulders soften. Allow your heart to soften. And same thing with this pose as the other one. It's asking a lot of the hips. So you're here and you're safe to surrender. You are in control, but you're free to let go. Keep your breath alive. Three more breaths. And you fall a little deeper. One more inhale. Exhale. As always, no rush. Take your time. Slowly bringing the palms back under the shoulders. Tucking the left toes just so that you can bring the right foot back into tabletop. Feel free to roll through the hips. Notice how your hips feel. Does one feel a lot different than the other? And then as you're ready, left foot will come forward outside of the left hand, coming into runner's lunge. Same thing, drop the hips forward, but the left knee doesn't super pass the left ankle, so you can always walk the left ankle forward. Feel free to pad underneath the thigh with one of your pillows, or drop the forearms down to the other. And relax through the shoulders, drop your head. And it's okay if you roll onto the pinky toe side of your left foot. That allows you to find a little bit more sensation, but only if you need it. hips stay level and even, and your breath stays level. Most of our lives are led in a yang style, yang style. This idea that we must go, 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 and be productive and do all the things. That's great, that's how we survive, but there's this idea of balance that needs to play. And this yin, this idea of slowing down, pausing, and finding stillness. And here, the not doing is the doing. 3 more breaths on this side. One more inhale. Begin to make your way back to your palms if you went anywhere else. Start to straighten the left leg as you send the hips back, just to reset. And then come back forward. We'll find pigeon on this side. Go ahead and move anything out of the way that you don't need as you walk your left foot across the mat. Let the left knee drop a little bit outside of the left hip. Start to walk your right foot back if you need to drop the hips a little bit more. Top of the foot stays down. And then as you're ready, walk your hands forward. Let your chest melt down towards the earth or rest onto the pillow. And breathe here. There's a power that lies in slowing down. The ability to find stillness in every present moment. That's where you find your peace. What can you surrender here? Last 3 breaths on this side. Taking your time, traveling back up as the palms walk under the shoulders, lift up, go slow. Move the props out of the way. So just send your left knee back so that it's underneath your hip coming into tabletop. Feel free to roll through the hips if you need, taking your time. And sit back all the way onto your seat. Going to come into butterfly pose here. So soles of the feet will come together as the knees move wide. So the closer your heels are towards your hips, the more sensation you'll feel. So maybe you start a little bit further out, but either way, you're going to find the edge. If you want to use both of your pillows, now's a great opportunity, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. So you'll lift through the heart first. Hands can really rest where it feels best. That's always for me, the feet or the ankles. And then you're hinging from your hips as you fold forward. There's going to be a point where your hips kind of say, okay, no more, and that's where we're going to hang out. If you're there, go ahead and grab the pillows, bring them in towards the lap, and you can use them to just gently rest on. Keep that sensation though in the inner thighs. This is a lot of adductor and abductor. And then you can let your chin fall to your chest. You're not rounding through the upper spine. You're keeping the spine long, just softening through the neck. And in forward fold, the breath really can help us get to that edge. The exhales, you go a little deeper. And the longer you stay here, the more space you find. Just finding that balance between too much and too little. Allow the parts of your body that are connected to the earth to feel supported. The moment that you think you've let go enough, you end up finding a little bit more space. Three more breaths here. Last inhale. As you inhale, take your time, slowly come up out of the pose. Move the props and pillows if you had them. Use your hands to simply and easily draw your knees in so they face up to the sky. Take your arms, wrap them around your shins, tuck your head towards your knees. Now here long, little transition. Bowing the inner peace that you're finding and you're creating. And slowly meet me with your spine on the mat, laying all the way down onto the earth. Draw your knees into your chest. Cross your right thigh on top of your left, like you're crossing your legs. If this feels like a lot, you can draw your right ankle to your left thigh, more like figure four. Wherever you're at, take a hold of the knees and draw the knees a little closer to your chest. And then gently let the knees fall over to the left side of your mat. Once you get there, lift your left hip up so your left hip is underneath the right, stacking the hips. If this feels like a little too much sensation on the low spine, just gently stack the knees. Tee out the arms and take your gaze to the right. Twists are all about making space in the spine. It's this idea that we make space in our body with no real need to fill it. Just like we make space in our mind. As we let thoughts come and go, and we catch that space in between them. That's the meditation. Press your right shoulder a little heavier into the earth. 3 more breaths. Slowly start to make your way back through center. Unwrap the legs. Switch it out. Left thigh crosses right or left ankle, top of right thigh. Draw your knees in towards your chest. And then let your knees fall over to the right. As you lift the hips up, right hip comes underneath the left. Gaze moves to the left. Full spinal twist. Notice what you can let go of here in these last few moments of this pose. Keeping your breath full and even here, last 3 on this side. One more inhale. Stay for your exhale. Slowly start to make your way back through center. Unwrap the legs and draw the knees into your chest. Take your forearms, wrap them around your shins, but stay here with the full spine in the earth. Draw your knees a little bit closer to the ribs. Take an inhale. Open mouth, let it go. As you take your next inhale, draw your forehead up to your knees. Make yourself into a tiny little ball. Give yourself a squeeze as you engage every muscle. Giving yourself a hug. Thank yourself for all that you have done, all that your body has done. And let it all go. Release the arms and the legs and find yourself in Shavasana. The ultimate pose of surrender. Let your eyes soften into their sockets. Everything up until this moment has led you to be right here. Feel yourself let go as you surrender into your mat. As you get fully held and supported by the earth. Although you find stillness here, notice the energy as it's buzzing through your body. A lot of times, bringing awareness to the palm helps us notice that buzz. No connection to any one thing, any one sound, or feeling, or thought as you fully let go. You are enough. Simply being here is enough. and stay here for as long as it will serve you. And I encourage you to do so if you have an extra few moments in your day. Otherwise, if you're ready to continue on about your Sunday, take an inhale through your nose. Gently, open mouth, no real effort, let it go. You start to move your pinkies, and then your ring finger, and then your middle finger, and your index, and then your thumb. And you wiggle through the toes, and then let one ear fall heavy towards the mat, and then the other. On your next breath in, let the arms reach up overhead, honoring the stillness you've created as you slowly move back into this space. Point your toes, find a big stretch. And gently draw one knee into your chest, and then the other. You get the option to roll to whichever side you want, but I will tell you that the left side is known as our feminine, our yin side. Maybe that side is calling to you a little bit more now, and the right side is the yang, the more masculine, that fire side, so maybe you need a little bit more of that. Either way, go ahead and roll over, take your time, use your bicep as a pillow. Then slowly press yourself up to a comfortable seat, keeping the eyes heavier closed as your palms press together in front of your heart. Take one big breath in together. Open mouth, exhale. Draw your thumbs to your third eye, that space in between the eyebrows. If you seek peace, be still. Draw your thumbs to your lips. If you seek wisdom, be silent. Then draw your thumbs to your heart. If you seek love, be yourself. Thanks for showing up, for taking care of yourselves. It's always great to share this practice. We'll bow forward and seal today. Namaste.